Hey guys, welcome to Game Bat. Today bringing you our video, and today we are going to be covering the campaign footage that we saw released today at Summer Game Fest, the mission Darkwater. We covered all of the weapons that I was able to pick out of this video in the gameplay. Now, if you missed yesterday's video for the reveal trailer for Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, that campaign trailer, I broke down all of the weapons in that, so I'll link that down below as well as hopefully at the end of the video. So all weapons from the reveal trailer for Modern Warfare 2 I broke down there. We will see some repeats today as well as some new weapons. So let's go ahead and get right into it. And first off, if you're enjoying the content, be sure to like the video as well as subscribe to the channel. And check out, like I said, the trailer weapon video breakdown from yesterday. So right off the bat here, we see Soap with what looks to be... And first off, these are not going to be in any particular order from the gameplay, but right off the bat, we do see Soap with a Mark 14 EBR, or the Enhanced Battle Rifle. This again, firing 7.62 by 51mm. This is a repeat weapon. We've seen this before, and we did see it in the trailer yesterday as well. So this is kind of a mainstay in just about every Modern Warfare game. Now, we also do see Alejandro Vargas with what appears to be the HK-33 or the HK-53. This is essentially a variant. The 53 is a variant of the 33, very similar to the MP5 SD. This is going to be a suppressed version of the rifle. So the 53 is, again, more of a version of the 33, and it's very deceiving. I originally thought it was an MP5, so shout out to Big Mike MW for... He originally put out there that he thought it was a 33, and then I looked at it a little bit further, and it does look like basically the 53 is a version of the 33K. It just happens to be with a telescopic stock as well as the MP5 submachine gun features as well, and it does come with a suppressed version as well as a integrally suppressed version as well. So that's going to be the HK-53 and or the 33 that we're going to be seeing there with Alejandro. Now, we're also going to see multiple variants of the MP5. So the MP5 can be spotted by some friendlies here within Shadow Company or Task Force 141 throughout the trailer. I also see they mainly appear to be MP5 SDs. We do see some MP5A3s, I believe, with some pick rails on there. Another one I spotted version of the MP5 would be the MP5K. It looks like one of the enemies did have an MP5K. I caught a quick glimpse of it as the weapon spinning in the air after Soap kills him. So it looks like an MP5K. And again, this all goes to the weapon vaults and conversions. It looks like basically what they said is you're going to have a weapon platform and can build off of that. So it would make sense. Things like the MP5, the HK-33, 53, MP5K are all part of that standard HK platform for the MP5 and the HK-33 and others. Next up, hopefully I didn't mention this already, is going to be the FNP90 firing that 5.7. Again, now we covered the AR-57 yesterday, and the FNP90, again, this is one that we saw in a lot of Call of Duties to date for Modern Warfare. And you see here, yesterday we covered the AR-57, which is an AR-15 platform that takes the exact P90 magazine. So here we see the P90, very similar how it looks in Modern Warfare, firing that 5.7 round. Again, one of my favorite submachine guns, and I would say for Modern Warfare and specifically Warzone, one of the more underrated weapons. But here it is with that top mounted pick rail on there. We don't have the integral sight from what I saw in the gameplay itself, but it does look really, really nice. Really excited to get my hands on the P90 again, and you see it here suppressed in the gameplay, which looks really good. We also have a few shots of the AK-105. Again, we covered this one yesterday. This is the AK-105 is a short barrel variant of the AK-74 or the AK-74M. It fires 5.45 by 39mm rounds, and it does have that 12.5-inch barrel. So this was essentially made to the AK-100 series, specifically the 105, was really made to kind of replace the AK-74Us for like tank crews and close combat, things like that. So the AK-105, as we covered yesterday, will most likely have conversions to turn this into a Zenico AK or an Alpha AK. So the AK-105, we see it there with the polymer handguard and the polymer buttstock, firing 5.45 by 39mm. We also have a quick glimpse of what appears to be an AKS-74U on the ground from an enemy. Again, this is going to be part of that weapon conversion / vault stuff that we're going to be seeing here with the Gunsmith this year. As a weapon platform will have multiple variants. So the AK-105, AKS-74U all be part of that same Kalashnikov platform. So we see the AKS-74U obviously made a comeback again, another mainstay in the Modern Warfare franchise. Next up, we see the semi-automatic shotgun, that being the Benelli M4. So this may be a new one. I think this was in COD 4, if I'm remembering correctly. Most popular from the John Wick movies, the Benelli M4 being used in the John Wick movies. Again, just a really, really nice semi-automatic shotgun. I know the fans in the community have been kind of requesting this one for a while, not only with Call of Duty, but for other first-person shooters as well. So the Benelli M4 making an appearance here near the end of the trailer when we get onto that second boat off the oil rig, and Soap is using that thing. Again, semi-automatic shotgun. Very, very good shotgun in real life. So I'm excited to see kind of how this plays out with attachments as well as gameplay balancing. Here in the gameplay, it looks like it performs kind of like a shotgun really should. It does have decent range on it, which I like to see. So the Benelli M4 making an appearance here in Modern Warfare 2. Next up, we do see a few shots of the M4 URGI. So yesterday I mentioned in the trailer I thought this was a DD-M4 V7, which very well could be some of the conversions, and it may have been yesterday. It's really hard to tell. But here in today's trailer, it definitely looks like an M4 URGI. And again, this is just another modernized, different handguard platform version of the M4. And quickly, I'm going to shout out to Game Over, Big Mike MW, Norsii, and Hyper, all those guys from Twitter and Discord. A lot of you guys captured a lot of these images, as well as gave me some feedback in Discord prior to me even jumping in. So you did a lot of the pre-work for me, which was very helpful. But we do see a shot of what looks to be this M4 URGI with what I think is definitely it looks like a drum mag or a quad stack 60-round Stenag mag, as well as we have some version of the M203 on there. What it's firing, don't know, but we do have an M203 on the underbarrel of this one M4 build here. Again, shout out to Norsii for that. So definitely we have a DD-M4 V7 or the M4 URGI with a casket mag, drum mag, and it definitely does have the M203 grenade launcher there on the bottom of the weapon as well. We also did get a brief glimpse, we mentioned yesterday, the Ares 16. So this is going to be a version of the M4, which is going to be converted into a belt-fed LMG. So we see that in the little bit in the gunsmithing for the FJX Cinder bundle. We see that upper receiver for the belt-fed M4. So we see that it looks like the Ares 16 there. And here in the gameplay, it looks like this one has kind of that Fightlite MCR type heat shield on there, similar to the M249 saw. This is what it definitely looks like to me. So obviously I think the Ares 16 and the Fightlite MCR will both be in the game. It just comes down to different handguard preferences, because in the Cinder bundle it definitely appears to be a Ares 16 type upper receiver. And here in the gameplay for the single player, we see the Fightlite, not the Firelight, the Fightlite MCR upper receiver with the barrel for that. It has that heat shield on top is what it looks like to me. So Firelight MCR as well as the Ares 16 here. We also saw, obviously, one of the main weapons here in the trailer, or the gameplay, is the Mark 16. So you'll see Soap use this Mark 16 with the Russian VLK 3.0, or as it's known in real life, the USP-1 Russian optic. So 1 point taken away from Infinity Ward there for a gun sin, putting a Russian optic on a Mark 16. Big no-no, but nonetheless, really good to see the Mark 16 or the Scar Light here in the gameplay. We saw this in the trailer yesterday. Again, it was a little difficult to distinguish it from the ACR, which I originally kind of thought it was, but upon closer inspection, it's definitely a Mark 16 or a Scar Light. Here we see it in the gameplay with that Russian VLK or the USP optic, and you can tell it's a Scar Light quickly just by the reload animation. You can see the mag well is curved, or it's slanted, which means it would be a 5.56 version of the Scar, whereas a 7.62 version has a straight mag well on there for the 7.62 by 51 millimeters. So this one definitely a 5.56 being the Scar Light or the Mark 16. You can also see the rail covers on the left and right hand Picatinny rails when you slow it down really slow. Again, another sign of it being a Mark 16. So that's good to see. We'll have, again, with the Volt weapons, we'll have the Volt. So this is definitely be able to convert it to a Mark 17 as well, which is really good to see. So I think that's all of the weapons. If I missed anything, let me know down below. Just a quick recap for this gameplay. We have the P90, the MP5, AK-105, AK-74, AKS-74U, the Benelli M4, the Ares 16, and the Fightlite MCR. We have the Mark 14 EBR, the M4 URGI and or the DD-M4 V7, the Mark 16 or the Scar Light, the HK33, HK53, as well as the MP5K. So I believe that's everything. Hopefully I didn't leave anything off the list that I had spotted, but it looks like all the weapons there. So those combined with the ones from yesterday, there's some of yesterday's video that I didn't mention here, but go ahead and check that out again. Like I said, I'll link that down below. Let me know what you guys think of the weapon list so far. The gameplay itself looks great. I'm really excited to get my hands on this game, especially the alpha, beta, and jump into the gameplay and unlock some of these weapons when the full game is released. So those are all the weapons for the Dark Water gameplay walkthrough today at Summer Game Fest. Let me know what you guys think down below. Until next time, Buffner Gaming, out.